Hey YouTube, XtremeTrainz here. Now, you're probably looking at this video being like, there's literally nothing in frame. What is this video going to be about? That'll make sense in a second when we see that... Yeah, that's right. As part of the prize that I got from Leo King Video for being top fan in 2013, I got a whole box of surprise eggs. And here you can see that after getting my family to do all the egg eating for me, this is it. The entire box worth of surprise eggs. So, let's do a little bit of investigation into what we actually get from this series. And you can let me know if you've ever seen these, because I know I've never seen these in stores in Australia. And these are the Thomas surprise eggs, which you've seen kind of all over the internet, and most of you guys will probably recognise when I get them out of the little capsule things. So, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. So one box of these has 36 chocolate eggs inside of it that therefore contain 36 toys in a box. Now this box was half Hello Kitty and half Thomas. So assuming the wrapping was correct and the box divvy up was even, we should end up with half Thomas toys and half Hello Kitty toys. But whether we actually do is another matter entirely. Now, the reason that I actually got these to be eaten before I showed them on YouTube was because the wrapping style of the eggs has no correlation to the toy inside. So just because, for example, the wrapping on the egg says James, doesn't mean James is going to be inside. So I thought it would just make more sense if we could do these all at once. So, now just give me a couple minutes to get these all open. Woo! So before I actually get into what I got from these containers, let's have a look at the actual series as a whole, in case you haven't seen these before. So you can see all the characters listed along here. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Possibly a strange choice of character, like Mavis and Harold would not have been the first ones I would have picked if I was picking like an assortment of engines to put in the surprise, like, egg thing, but sure. What's interesting to note on this side is that Gordon is first, and Percy's all the way back here. I find that kind of cool and interesting. I would have thought that Thomas and Percy would have been right up the front there as we read from left to right, but apparently not. What's also really interesting is this bit here that says contents may vary, which might become important as we actually look at the contents of the box. But yeah, that's kind of a weird thing for me that doesn't read quite the way I want it to. On the back you get just some blah blah. Interesting to note that these have actually been reprinted like for Australian audiences, which is interesting, and not what I would have expected. This is kind of odd. Shows you how screwed up the world is, right? That it's easier for them to make the toys in China, ship the toys already made to Italy to make the chocolate, pack them in Italy, then send them back to Australia. Just your warning, and then your all-important copyright symbol. Notice it's 2012, because I think these are like kind of on the dated side in terms of how long they've been on the market. Alright, so let's have a look at the breakdown of what I actually got from this set. So if we do a little XtremeTrainz surprise egg version of the engine roll call, we've got 3 Thomases, 1 Edward, 2 James, 3 Gordon, 3 Henry, 1 Emily, 4 Mavis, and 1 Harold. So straight away, we can see that in a whole box of these surprise eggs, there was no Percy and there was no Toby, which kind of kills me a little bit because, as I said, I've never seen these in the shops, and being the completist that I am, means I'm going to have to find a way to get those other 2 figurines. So maybe there'll be a giveaway at the end of this video. Anyway, alright, so you can see that the assortment of these is completely random. It doesn't seem like Thomas is intentionally the rarest one, which has often occurred in these kind of blind surprise style toys, like with the wind-ups, where Thomas was incredibly hard to get. Here, so we've actually got 3 of them, which is really interesting considering Leo had a lot of difficulty with getting his hands on the elusive Mr. Thomas. But as we'll soon see, these toys are a little bit darker and a little bit weirder than I was expecting. Having seen them on YouTube, I knew they were funny, but these guys are really, really strange. So, let's get to it. Alright, looking at Thomas first, I actually think the design of these is actually quite peculiar. I mean, looking at the side profile for the starters, you can see that the funnel and the dome are actually higher than the cab, and substantially higher, which I think is really, really bizarre and kind of interesting, but also kind of cool. If we look around, just without focusing on anything too much, we've got stickers on the side. That's the only detailing we've got, really. That's not just the paint or plastic. The back has no detailing. It's got the molded in coal, but it's not painted. No buffers on the back. We've got the wheel design, which is kind of cool. I think that they went to the effort of actually putting the side rods on, even if the wheels are maybe a little bit too spread out for Thomas. But that's okay. That's how these dimensions work. On the bottom, we can see that if we look at that, we've got 2009 limited Thomas. So it shows you how misleading the wrapping can actually be. And then we come to the front, and this is what I was saving till last. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What is going on with that face? I mean, props for painting the coupling and the buffers. Like, that's really impressive. But holy moly, what is going on with that face? Like, let's just, what? Like, seriously, what is that? Not only is it just a weird face, but look at those eyes. They're so derpy. And, like, you know, maybe you're going, oh, well, that's just one. No, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world. These are all really derpy. I mean, this one is less derpy, for sure. But his eyebrows seem in funny places. And the eyes aren't, like they're not level. The white parts, even. Like, it's like he's slanted or his head's on sideways. I don't know, it just looks really, really weird. And then we look at this one. Probably the least derpiest. There you go. Yeah, the least derpiest one is one where he's actually kind of smiling. The white paint on his mouth seems to show up a lot more than it did on the first one. The first one, it was quite hard to see, but this one they seem to have got in the right place. And yeah, okay, this one has got an okay, like, face. I actually don't mind it from this angle. From front on, it's a bit weird, but from side on, I think it's actually quite appropriate. But that's one of three, which actually looks like semi-decent. Now, get to Gordon. Oh, sorry, Edward. Whoops. Whoa, and that face. Let's talk about that face. All about that face. About that face. And if it wants to focus, yeah, awesome. Yeah, the reason I said Gordon, right, is because this looks like a Gordon face to me. This doesn't look like an Edward face at all. This looks like Gordon, and it's so big. Like, compared to the rest of him, like, it's bigger than Thomas's face. Like, it's massive. He has, like, the biggest face of any of the engines, and he's such a small engine, I don't understand. Yeah, this is weird. This is weird, guys. Please tell me you're thinking the same thing when you see these. Like, weird. I know that face is just weird. Does not working for me. These are in line now, which is nice. Makes a bit more sense. Again, sticker, a little bit dodgier application, but that's okay. Same detailing kind of thing for the wheels. Same copper out on the bottom. Interesting to note the front wheels have nothing. No details. These ones have centers and, like, rims, and then these ones have the little bogey holders, so, you know, whatever. Not much painted on the back again. Coal bunker is painted on this one, but probably because it's a little bit more prominent, but yeah, okay. If we ignore Edward's face, it's actually quite a nice little representation there. Moving on to our favourite red engine, James. Here, yeah, this one is a little bit less exciting. I think the red is just very overpowering on James. It's kind of it's a James red. It looks a bit kind of orange on the camera, I realise, but it is like a red. The fact that the wheels are all orange, I say orange because I'm looking through the camera as I do this video, sorry guys, red, is kind of off-putting, doesn't work for me that well, particularly because they're actually black in the show, so that's kind of a little bit problematic for me. The sticker application is fine, again, the details are the same, kind of what we saw on Edward. Okay. I mean, I see how this is meant to be James, like, I see it, I do see it more than I see it in Edward, but that said, the proportions are just weird. I mean, this one they've actually painted the white parts into the eyes to make them look a bit 3D. Which I think he's actually unique in having. I think James is the only one that's got those, like, white parts. And then this one again, we've got the white parts, but this eye is just derping around. Or maybe it's this eye that's derping around. I know one of them's derping. Yeah, it's just weird. Weird. Alright, let's leave that one. Let's come on to my three Gordons. Gordon again, detailing is kind of interesting. What's interesting to note is how his wheels on the tender are lower than the ones on his buffers. I mean, sorry, on the main, like, carriage of the train. So he actually kind of, like, he leans forward a little bit. You can't really see it there, because I'm just proving I'm not crazy. But yeah, he does actually lean forward a tiny bit when he's on the ground. I mean, again, it's cool that they included all those wheels. I think that I appreciate that detailing. Interesting to note, he doesn't have any painting on the back. And Edward did. James didn't because he's all red. But no painting on the back for Gordon in terms of his buffer beam. It's just like that, plastic. Yeah, his funnel's, again, like, really tall because it's Gordon. Square buffers, which is nice, but, like, what? What is that? Like, those eyebrows. They look like... I just don't have words for them. They're the same, too, right? They're the same. And I think they're actually molded eyebrows. And let me just get my finger in there. Yeah, they are. They're molded in. They're painted over, but there's a plastic mold there. The eyes are just kind of weird. The nose is right, but then what is the black line on the mouth? Like, what? Like, you have the black line on the mouth, but then he's also got the white part. Like, so it's like he's got black lipstick on the bottom lip only, which is, like, totally fine if he wants to, like, wear lipstick. Like, go for it, dude. But, like, he never wears lipstick any other time. Maybe he just likes to express his makeup love in surprise egg form. I don't know. It was weird. Notice how the running board also, like, it's painted this far and then it stops, which was the same on Edward, but it doesn't start there. The stickers on Gordon also seem to be a bit more dodgy than they were on the other engines so far. But that might just be me. Alright, on to Henry. This is starting to get... This is weird, guys. This is so weird. Henry, I think, is actually quite a nice colour. He's a nice green. I actually think Henry's face is pretty good, but again, it's just so big. And, like, when you have to do a big face, you have to do it right. And I just don't think they have. I think the mouth is funny on this one. It just doesn't really work out for me, and I don't really know why. Henry doesn't have a coupling, which is interesting on the front. No coupling. He does have the painted buffers, but no coupling. No painting on the back. Again, that's just blank, like a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. Anyway, I'll stop before we break the lens of the camera because of the singing. Yeah, so Henry's not too bad. He looks very out of shape from the front. Like, you look at that and it's just like... Like, especially since Henry's quite, like, a thin... I think of Henry as a thin, narrow kind of engine, and he just looks very squat from front on. The faces on Henry seem quite more consistent. Notice that the faces on the bigger engine seem to be more consistent than Thomas. I don't know what happened to Thomas, but... Yeah, like, this one actually kind of looks alright. This one, the eyes are doing something weird. But this one actually kind of looks, like, okay. But I feel like this is a Gordon face more than a Henry face, if anything. Like, just... It says Gordon to me more than Gordon's face actually does. Looking at the lone Emily. Emily's probably one of the nicest detailed ones. I think it's because the use of the green and the red and the black is just really nice. And then you've also got this grey on the back, which is kind of interesting. And what's even weirder about Emily is that these are actually painted on, these patterns on her sides. They're not stickers, they're all paint. So they were getting really splashing out with her. Look, she's got different coloured buffers and, like, a coupling hook. So yeah, Emily obviously got all the budget for these toys, and everyone else just got nothing. Again, her funnel's kind of weirdly long. And her face is just... Like, again, it's definitely Emily, but... It's weird enough so that it just... I'm not a fan. Mavis is a nice model. I think Mavis is nice. My big one thing about Mavis is that she just... She's just like an iron. She has literally no wheels at all. You can see the dodginess on this one, but we'll get there in a second. No wheels on her at all, which is kind of... yeah, no, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Even little half wheels would have been fine. Not even wheels, just like little raised bits, but just flat. No, does not do it for me. Turn her around again. She doesn't have any stickers. This is all paint. So she's all painted up. You can see this one is dodgy on the side. Really, like, the paint's all flaking off and all over the place and weird. I don't know what's going on there. Her front's quite nice. I think her face is done relatively well. It's probably one of the best sized ones relative to the rest of her. Like, actually a decent size. Again, like, not a terrible face. Probably, like, not perfect by any means. And there's definitely better forms of merchandise that have that. So you notice how this Mavis is a lot less ruined and weird. And these eyes are a bit more derpy, but Mavis is quite, on the whole, quite a decent attempt at these, although as I said, she had the most noticeable flaw, apart from the face, which was that one that was really scuffed up on the side right out of the egg. Yeah, and then you just have these ones where it's just like the eyes just really can't decide what they're doing. Like, look at that. What are they doing? Don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, very interesting. And then last but not least is Harold. And I think he's actually probably like one of the hidden gems of this. This Harold's actually really good. Like, really, really, really good. The only way I would say this could be better is if it had a spinning propeller blade. But honestly, like, this is a very, very good Harold. I actually really, really like it. I mean, for example, it's got the wheels. It's got the important, the splash of red paint along there. It doesn't have the word Harold on his side, but that's okay. He's got that classic Harold face, which is just really, really simple, really, really straightforward, like, easy done. Like, very, very simple, and that's really nice. I like that. The blades are done with a little bit of red on the end. He's got that back blade detailing, which a lot of Harolds don't have. And it really sticks out to make a big impression that, yeah, he's actually a helicopter. He could actually fly. So this guy is really, really impressive. I'm actually really happy with him. And he's got those windows details, which a lot of the newer Trackmaster, for example, Harolds don't have anymore. No, we don't have our window details. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I'm really, really massive fan of that Harold. So yeah, guys, now you can see the entire of like one box of Thomas and Friends surprise eggs. You can see that there doesn't seem to be any order to the way they're assorted. I mean, let me know if you've got any of these and which characters you do and don't have. Any characters I've got double ups of, I'm quite happy to swap out with someone, do a trade. If you want, if you need Mavis or Gordon or Henry or James or Thomas in your collection, I'm quite happy to help you out if you can help me get Percy and Toby to complete this. So yeah, just send me one of those PM messenger things and we can sort that out. I'm quite happy to do that. But yeah, so it just shows that these things are really weird, makes collecting them quite difficult, because you can't just go in and, for example, like, the Thomas Minis, go in and buy a whole box and know that, yes, I'm actually going to get all of them, I don't need to keep buying them. And also that the QC on these is just messed. So, like, good luck getting a good one if you're really into, like, if you want the perfect Thomas, well, good luck with that, because apparently they're quite derpy. And also that the faces on these are just weird. I mean, maybe that's just me, but you guys let me know what you think, because I think that they're really weird. Yeah, so just let me know. Now, obviously, there's actually another half of the packet which came out, which we didn't look at. And even though, like, this is obviously designed for retail so that you have, blue for boys, Thomas and Trains for boys, and Hello Kitty pink for girls, when in actual fact, you can like whichever one you like. If you're a boy, you can definitely like Hello Kitty, and if you're a girl, you can definitely like Thomas and Friends. And if you're anything between, you can just like whatever you want, like every other one can, like, whatever. Rant aside. So, I think it would only be fair if we had a quick look at these guys. But I think they're definitely the less impressive toy in this surprise egg collection. So again, if you're not familiar with these, because I know I'm not, these are the little Hello Kitty toy things you can get. They're just like love heart-shaped key rings with different pictures of Hello Kitty inside them. Meh is definitely how I describe them. Like, seriously, meh. Not very exciting at all. But maybe that's just because I'm not into keychain collecting. Same kind of details on the back, although also has the French stuff on the back, which is really interesting considering these were packaged in the same box as the Thomas ones. But yeah, they were also designed for France, so the Thomas ones wouldn't have had the French on them, but these ones did, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, this has got different. It's got collect them all on there, as opposed to contents may vary. But it does have that too on the bottom here, but it does say collect them all, which I think was lacking from... Do you want to focus on that? Yep. Was lacking on the Thomas ones. Now again, same things happened, right? Of the 10 different varieties, I clearly don't have 10 different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 of these I didn't get. When I got like heaps of these balloon kitties and quite a few of the rattle kitties, but I didn't get... Or microphone. Is it a microphone? Is it a microphone or rattle, guys? I don't know. I don't know my Hello Kitty. But yeah, it just gives you an idea of how these are really kind of disproportionate and don't make a lot of sense sometimes. Yeah, so I mean... Yeah, weird. Weird. So I've got Dr. Kitty with Bear. I've got Balloon Kitty. I've got Kitties sharing a star. There is Bee/Ladybug Kitty. There's I like my no, Love Heart Kitty, maybe? Is that what that is? Yeah. I was gonna say Strawberries, but like, no, they're definitely Love Hearts. Gardening Kitty, and yeah, Rattle or Microphone Kitty. Yeah, like, not very exciting. They're kind of like 3D and glittery. And say Hello Kitty on the back with some like copyright blah blah. And they are on like little like chains like this with a little, you know, that kind of classic cheapo ropey stuff that you kind of, yeah, just, yeah, I don't know. These just really don't inspire me very much. Not very exciting. Maybe you guys like them. I don't know. Does someone out there like them? Maybe they do. I certainly don't think they're very exciting. That could just be me. And that's exactly why I'm actually quite happy to give away any or all of these Hello Kitty ones. If people want to get in contact with me, if you're a collector of these, obviously I want to know you're a collector of either Hello Kitty merchandise or these surprise egg kind of toys. If you can just show me, like, link me to, like, you know, a video you've got or something of these, I'm quite happy to give away these Hello Kitties. They'll all come with their little papers and the capsules, because, like, I don't want them. I just want to get them for the purpose of figuring out what they're like. But yeah, just get in contact with me, do the same thing you did before, PM me, first in, best dressed is pretty much how it'll be. Unless, of course, you message me and you don't actually collect these, in which case, yeah, nope, sorry. You'll have to wait, and then if I get, you know, within a couple of, you know, however long, depending on how popular this video gets, if I haven't heard anything from anyone who does collect these, then I'll just give these away to whoever the first person messaged me was. So yeah. Alright guys, that's my look at these kind of weird, funky surprise eggs. Let me know what your experiences with them been. Have you seen them in shops? If so, like, how much were they? Have you got some? Are the faces all that derpy on the Thomas ones? Has it been really hard for you to collect them all? Have you collected them all? I don't know. Feel free to, like, always link me to your videos. If you've made videos on this and I haven't seen them, which I probably haven't, feel free to link me. Do you collect Hello Kitty? Is this, like, cool? Is this something that we want? I mean, is this what Hello Kitty merchandise is about? I don't know. I really don't know, but you tell me, guys. Alright, hopefully you learned something in this video. Hopefully you've realised how hard it can be to collect some things like this, even when you have a whole box. And yeah, hopefully you've maybe, like, enjoyed this a little bit, or just listened to me rant for, like, you know, 20 minutes, however long this video is going to be massively long, but anyway, shh. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to do all those cool things you do on YouTube, like subscribe and comment and like, and, you know, don't forget to check out my website, and maybe buy my book if you're feeling really, really lovely, to help support me buying more cool stuff and making these videos. And, as always, thanks for watching. That's all we got time for. This is XtremeTrainz. Choo, 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 choo. Oh, you ran out of Zoom. That's so unimpressive.